So the governor taking the stand today, testifying in that trial. Highly unusual for a governor to be doing that. A key issue is whether the city held good faith talks with creditors before the filing. Union and pension funds say he didn't. Well, tonight we're taking this story deeper. Joining us in studio, Curt Benson, a professor with Cooley Law School. Highly unusual for the sitting governor to be on the stand like this.
Probably, from what I've read in the papers, the only city governor in modern history to ever take the stand and testify under oath in open court.
So you see how the argument's shaping up. It's the pensioners and the union saying you didn't deal with us in good faith efforts here. What kind of questions, and we saw the governor, they put it to him.
Yeah, well, they did, and that's what they're paid to do. But basically, they're trying to set this up that it was a foregone conclusion. Essentially, from the time he was elected governor, his intention was to take Detroit into bankruptcy, and that he never really negotiated with the unions, the pensioners, the pension fund in good faith, and that really he just wanted to take the city into bankruptcy all along. And they're trying to show that the city is A, not insolvent, or B, is only insolvent because of the governor's refusal to cooperate and negotiate in good faith.
Is it as simple as that for the judge looking at this case? Is this what the crux of this case comes down to?
Well, it's simple in the sense that is Detroit insolvent? And frankly, almost everyone knows it is. I mean, in that sense, it's simple. Obviously, it's complicated because you're dealing with a billion-dollar city, with a billion-dollar government. And so to get to the point where we can declare it insolvent is a complicated exercise, but that's really all he has to decide to determine whether or not this bankruptcy continues.
That's one of the hurdles. The other one was if they did negotiate in good faith.
Correct.
How difficult is that to prove?
It's very difficult. In fact, they weren't getting a lot of straight answers from the governor, not because the governor is being evasive, but they're asking a lot of questions about, well, what's your understanding of this? What's your understanding of that? And he's saying, I don't remember. I wasn't part of all the negotiations. A lot of this has to do with Kevin Orr, the emergency manager. Kevin Orr says, look, I made offers. Unions never even got back to me. I mean, literally, I never got a counter offer from anybody. What I got was about 50 lawsuits. And the reason people file for bankruptcy is when you start getting hit with about 50 lawsuits. So in a way, the union, in that sense, is his own worst enemy because the way Kevin Orr tells the story, I put an offer on the table. What I got back is a whole bunch of lawsuits. What choice do we have? We file bankruptcy because we're getting sued left and right, and we don't have the money to pay the lawsuits.
And when the state filed for bankruptcy or wanted to take Detroit into bankruptcy, that puts an end to those lawsuits, or at least puts them on hold.
Absolutely. All those state court cases are immediately held in abeyance, and they all get rolled up into bankruptcy. And when there's when and if there's a restructuring in this Chapter 9 proceeding, if the court in fact rules that bankruptcy is appropriate, sometime next year, all of those lawsuits will be negotiated, settled, somehow they'll be resolved.
Fascinating case, complicated as well. We appreciate your insight. Curt Benson with Cooley Law. Thank you.